Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 1st, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon out there and evening as well. Also, I hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about your forecast for Sunday and Monday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and a few of the products they offer and the storm reports as well. Also, we're going to take a look at the National Hurricane Center tropical weather outlook during the next 48 hours. And currently, we have nothing in effect, but you'll get a chance to see it at the end of the broadcast. Okay, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Okay. We got quiet conditions up around Quebec, Canada, all the way down to portions of the Great Lakes region of Michigan, through Wisconsin, Minnesota, through Iowa, portions of Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, back over to portions of South and North Dakota, also along the United States-Canadian border, all the way back to Vancouver. Also got high pressures in charge of area weathers. It's supposed to be area weather, not weathers. But anyway, we got fair weather for Seattle, Washington, all the way to portions of Montana, through Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, California, Nevada, Oregon, down in the portions of the Gulf of California. We got showers and storms up here in portions of eastern Montana, and also over to portions of North Dakota and South Dakota. Also right along the Canadian border down in the portions of Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota on the east side of the state. Also, we got showers and storms down here in northern Mexico, all the way into Colorado, around the Denver area. Also up into portions of Nebraska, South Dakota, through Kansas, also through Oklahoma, Texas, also through Louisiana, all the way down to the Florida Keys, including Miami, Florida, back through Atlanta, Georgia, to Columbia, South Carolina, all the way through Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Maine, through Montreal, Canada, Toronto, Canada, back into Michigan, Chicago, Illinois, southern Wisconsin, all of Illinois, portions of Iowa and Missouri. In the red slashed area there were portions of the northeast U.S., extending from Ohio all the way to Maine. Flash flooding possible, some heavy rain there. Yellow slashed area there could be some severe weather possible from Philadelphia all the way back to Arkansas on your Sunday. Alrighty, let's move on to your Monday forecast. As you can see, we got quiet conditions from Quebec, Canada, all the way into southern Canada, all the way back toward the Vancouver, Canada area, and also back toward Washington State, Oregon, Idaho, back into California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, portions of northern Mexico, also into portions of the Gulf of California. Also down in southeast Texas, through portions of Denver, Colorado, through portions of Nebraska, Iowa, with portions of Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois. You look dry. Down to portions of southern Illinois, Missouri, through portions of Kentucky to West Virginia. We got showers and storms over here in southern Canada to the Canadian border, the U.S. there, all the way down into Wisconsin, into Iowa, all the way back over to portions of Denver, Colorado, also into Utah, back into Montana there as well, in North and South Dakota. Showers and storms down here in southern portion of Gulf of California, into Mexico, also into New Mexico, Colorado, Texas, back into Kansas and Oklahoma, toward the Dallas area as well. More showers and storms expected from Arkansas, Louisiana, to the Florida Panhandle, to the Florida Keys, to Miami, Florida, through South Carolina, North Carolina as well. More activity from Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia, New York, and Boston areas, back up to Maine, Montreal, Toronto, Canada, and portions of Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia as well for your Monday. Alright, weather radar. You can see we got a lot of scattered showers and storms across the board. We got scattered activity over southern Canada, in the southwest and central portion of the area, southeastern Canada as well, always stretching all the way into portions of northern Maine, all the way down into New York, back towards just north of Charlotte, through portions of upstate South Carolina, More widespread showers and storm moving through eastern Tennessee into northern Alabama, moving east. Also, we got another widespread showers and storm moving through Illinois. Also into northwestern Missouri. More cluster storms here in portions of Iowa and northeastern side of the area. Down here in portions of Texas. Also over here in portions of Montana, moving to Wyoming. Scattered activity elsewhere from portions of Montana all the way down to New Mexico, down into northern Mexico, into Georgia, and also into portions of Wisconsin, also into Michigan, and back over toward West Ohio and portion of West Virginia, and also into Virginia there as well. Scattered activity over southern Florida, also over here around the northern Bahamas. More widespread showers and storms over Cuba. Scattered activity on the Puerto Ricans of the Hawaiian chain island. Scattered showers around the island. Portion of Alaska, a few scattered showers there, and also some scattered shower activity over portions of southern Guam, and that will remain offshore, but the remainder of the island looks a-okay. Alright, let's take a look at the watches, warnings, and advisories. As you can see, we still got air quality alerts up here in portion of New Hampshire, all the way down into Boston and New York State, New York, also eastern New York State as well. Also all of Michigan, and also portions of northern Michigan there as well. Some flash flood warnings also in effect. Flood advisory reported in New York State, also in the portion of Pennsylvania, also over Michigan as well. Got some flood advisory there. Also some flood advisories also in effect for Virginia, down into North Carolina. Also got some severe weather also in effect for a few counties there not too far from Raleigh-Durham area in portions of North Carolina. Also, we got a severe thunderstorm watch, also in effect for central and southern Indiana, southern Illinois, southeastern portion of Missouri, northern portions Arkansas, western Tennessee, also Georgia, and also northeastern Alabama. We got heat advisories also in effect for eastern North Carolina, central North Carolina towards Charlotte. Also some in South Carolina over toward Florence and Darlington area in South Carolina, down toward Myrtle Beach, South Carolina as well. Also down, we got some coastal flood advisory there in South Carolina, down toward the Charleston area there. Also South Carolina, that is. Heat advisories also for portion of upstate South Carolina through much of Georgia, also into Alabama, Panhandle, Florida, North Florida, also into portions of central and southwestern Arkansas, western central portion of Louisiana, eastern Texas, southern Texas there as well. Special weather statements also in effect for some heat related information there too. Flood advisory, flood warning over portions of Texas, central Texas as well. Also some thunderstorm warning right there along the New Mexico-Texas border. Severe thunderstorm warning also in effect for portions of Kansas. Flood watch in effect for southeastern portions of Nebraska. Special weather statement for Iowa. Also, we still got those excessive heat warnings in effect for eastern Arkansas down into eastern Louisiana, southeast Louisiana, all of Mississippi, western Alabama, and western Kentucky, western Tennessee, that is, for excessive heat warnings. Also some down in portions of southeast Texas as well. We got some special weather statements also in effect for Port of Montana, also over here in Idaho, and also over here to Nevada and California, and also into Oregon as well. River flood warning still in effect for South Dakota, and also over here into portions of Nevada. Heat advisory is also in effect for southern Oregon, down through much of California, central and western California, all the way down to southern California. Also into portions of north central California, some excessive heat warnings. Warnings in effect for central California, southern California, southern Nevada, western portion, and southwestern portion of Arizona. Flood advisory also in effect for Port of California. Alaska got a few special weather statements in the north, and also Hawaiian chain island looks a-okay. Alright, Storm Prediction Center overview from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see there's that marginal risk in the port of Montana and the South Dakota. General thunderstorms in a lighter green are surrounding that marginal risk. Same thing down here in Texas, got a marginal risk with a slight risk there as well. We got ongoing severe thunderstorms over here in portions of Missouri, also in the Illinois, Indiana, all the way into Tennessee, northern Alabama, and Georgia. Also, we had that marginal risk and slight risk area there in portions of the Carolinas, all the way extending all the way up into New York State. You can see a little better on the convective outlook for today. Like I said, there's that marginal risk in the darker green, enhanced risk over pretty much over Kentucky and Illinois and Indiana, slight risk in the yellow, in the proportion of northeast Arkansas, all the way into portions of Virginia. Also that slight risk and marginal risk over Texas, and a marginal risk over Montana and portions of North Dakota. Current watches, we have current watches over portions of Indiana, central and southern Illinois, all the way down into northern Arkansas, southeast Missouri, western Tennessee, east central Tennessee, northern Alabama, northwest Georgia as well. MDS discussion, currently just potential watch possible over here in western Texas. They may have the severe thunderstorm watch also in that region. The storm reports for this afternoon and evening. Tornado report, we had 0 of them. High wind report, 163, one was large. Those pretty much occurred over here in southwestern Montana, central portions of Kansas, western Texas, southern portion of Illinois, southeast central Tennessee, southwestern Indiana, up here in northern Virginia, Carolina, and also the mountain region of North Carolina, northwest Georgia, and northern Alabama. Alright, hail reports, 19 with 2 of them were large. Generally look like they took place in Illinois. Also over here near the Arkansas-Missouri border. Also over here in portions of Texas. Could be a few in these other areas here. But right now that's the only ones I see currently in on the forecast map. Total number of reports to 182. I expect these numbers to increase as we head through the evening hours, afternoon hours as well. So they may go on up to 200 or 300 as we continue to move forward. But let's see. Let's take a look at the fire weather real quick. We have an elevated risk over a portion of Washington State for elevated fire risk. Wildfires take off quickly and escape rapidly and do a lot of damage to homes and properties with that. Excuse me. Now we'll take a look at the National Hurricane Center map. Currently, we have no tropical cyclone during the next 48 hours, and also same for the next 7 days. The remnants of Sydney is out of here. Just area low pressure. Nothing to worry about. Now, right now, I don't see anything for the maybe next week or two. So everything looks pretty quiet at this time. Alrighty, well I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and we will catch you back in the next one.